Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Nabila and I will start with the introductions of the challenges of environmental ethics. As we know, ethics come from the Greek words ethos that mean a character. Ethics also involve the questions of the what is right and is the wrong thing to do. Why the environmental ethics is a branch of philosophy that concerning to the of relationship between humans being and the environment. Okay, environmental ethics also believe that humans being is a part of society as well as the other creature like animals and plant. And so it can be stated that environmental ethics is a guideline for human to or for people and society to behave toward the humans and also to the other creature. And so we can say that humans must not being biased toward the other creature and must treat them fairly and nicely. Okay, they have a lot of the challenges of the environmental ethics such as of human behavior, human activity and so on. For example of challenges is human does not have awareness how important the environment to our life. This can be seen through the human activities such as open burning, uh, forest burnings, deforestations, doing a population such as in Sungai Kinkin. And, this activity give a lot impact to the human health and also to the environment such as global warming, greenhouse, endangered species, and so on.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti Naimah binti Ahmad. So I will proceed to the early development of environmental ethics that started in 1970, which questioning and rethinking of the relationship of human being and natural environment. The serious environmental crisis started in 1960, and one of the factors that impact environmental and also public health is commercial farming practice. Firstly, according to White 1967, he support that humans are the only things that important on earth, which means that human can utilize and consume everything as their advantages without any injustice. Secondly, without technology and science, the environmental extreme which we are now exposed will probably not be realized. Thirdly, according to Leopold ideas, he emphasized on the moral obligations towards ecological wholes such as species, communities, and also ecosystem. And lastly, according to Stone 1972, he proposed that trees and other natural objects should have at least the same standing in law as corporations. That's all for the early development of environmental ethics.
Okay, I will continue with the environmental ethics and politics. Okay, firstly, I will talk about what is deep ecology. Okay, deep ecology was first coined by the Arnie Nace in 1973. Okay, deep ecology is more focused on importance of the natures to our life, and it asks what is the individuals, what is the importance of the natures, and it's also advocated a deeper approach to find out the root causes of the environmental degradations. And it's also believed that human has no right to reduce the richness and diversity except to satisfy their vital needs. It because they think that humans and nature have an equal moral level. So they are humans must to treat the other nature fairly and nicely. So human must avoid the bad activities such as deforestation, open burning, doing overhunting, overfishing, and so on. Because when they're doing this such activity, it can give a bad impact to human life and also to nature, such as global warming, water scarcity, greenhouse houses, and so on. This impact can give a bad impact to our life and our nature. So we must to protect. So human must to protect the animals, plant, and so on fairly. So because it give a benefit to each other. Humans need the nature and nature also need earth. So we must to protect each other nicely.
So I will proceed to feminism and the environment. A feminist issue is any that contribute in some way to understanding the operations of human. Firstly, according to Sheila Colley, 1974, she argued that male-dominated culture of patriarchy is supported by four interlocking pillars, which is sexism, racism, class exploitation, and also ecological destructions. Secondly, dualistic way of thinking. For example, sees the world in polar opposite term, which is male, female, human, animal, and also culture, nature. Thirdly, logic of domination is dictates that those on the superior sides, for example, men, rational beings, human, are morally entitled to dominate and utilize those on the inferior sides. Lastly, the word ecofeminism is coined by Frances de Uben in 1974. That's all for the feminism and the environment. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurul Atif Izzati binti Razali. Now I will explain about 3.3, which is disenchantment and the new animism. Disenchantment and the new animism are two terms that interconnected with each other. Why I'm say like that? Because first, disenchantment in Malay is ketidakpuasan, which means human disenchantment toward nature. That's why they invade nature uncontrollably. For instance, illegal logging, illegal hunting, deforestation, and open burning, and so on. Therefore, more pollution and global warming and also extinction of animal occurs. In brief, disenchantment is human attitude which oppress the environment. Second is the new animism. The new animism is opposite with disenchantment. Why I'm saying like that? Because new animism means effort to return to help save nature. New animism more focus on environmental management. And for example, new animism have been inspired by indigenous people. They get and interact with animals, plants, and animated things through ritual, ceremony, and other practice. For them, living natures comprise not only human, plants, animal, but also mountain, forest, river, desert, and even planets. In conclusion, if disenchantment is a source of environmental problem and destruction, then the new animism can be regarded as attempting to re-enchant and to help back to save nature. Next point is 3.4, social ecology and bioregionalism. Bochin, 1980 stated that nature as an aesthetic and sensuous marvel. He suggests that we can choose to put ourselves at the service of natural evolutions to help to maintain complexity and diversity, diminishing suffering and reduce pollution. We should take care of our nature for the importance of both present and future generation. Environmental conservation and preservation is important to ensure that environmental sustainability. Bioregionalism is the view that natural features should provide the defining conditions for places of community. Those who know a place have learning its lore and adapt their lifestyle to the affordance can live there. Bioregionalism communities are to be home to flourishing human societies.
Salam sejahtera, sir. My name is Aprin Oreza binti Guntur. So I will continue with the theories traditional ethic and contemporary environmental ethic. First of all, I will talk about traditional ethic. Traditional ethic can be related with the God authority, which is all things created by God and have a set place and purpose in the universe. Therefore, it helps a humans to live the good life. This is because the standard of human behavior is to fulfilling this purpose. For example, the ethical theory, which is deontology, state that human has an obligation to protect environment from any harm, action, or activities. However, this theory has the weaknesses, which is the lack of concern for the consequence of actors. Different with the contemporary environmental ethic, where humans want to be free to pursue their own needs. Humans also attempt to justify the set of moral norms as traditional thinkers do, but it does this by the authority of human reason.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Azabati Shamsuddin. Today I will explain about the witness that view environment, poverty and politics in the ethical environment. Witness is the area of land that has been largely undisturbed by the modern activity like development. Witness need to be preserved for the future generation because nowadays a lot of the witness become destroyed because of the human population politics, and it causes to the resources depleted. This is happened due to the decrease of the ethical environment because people nowadays consume more to the value and the lifestyle and lifestyle, and increasing in the population also cause to the environment crisis because a lot of people need the resources and they will explore the resources to fulfill the people need and didn't care what it happened when resources depleted or finished. Also economy, some economy that support of the enjoyment of the wilderness, like having the outdoor recreation that involve the motor car, we create the environment crisis like pollution because motor car we release the gas to the atmosphere. And politics also cause to the environment crisis because political decision, some of political decision will lead to the environment, like the activity of the build the Highland Tower. Thank you.
The last objective of the environmental ethic is about the sustainability and the climate change. We can see that now world is under strain because of the development, sustainability and the green resources is declining due to the attitude of the people who want to meet their need without thinking about the impact toward the environment. For example, the development activity, illegal logging and the deforestation are carried out to meet the need for the future generation or the future will begin. Second objective, the second is climate change. Climate change refers to the global climate change condition, including the weather, temperature, phenomena and the sea level. Increasing the development and lack of the green resources will cause the greenhouse gases release to the atmosphere, and causing the climate change, and also will increase the temperature of the world.